My name is Dustin Tingley, and I'm a professor of government at Harvard University. I grew up in both North Carolina and New Jersey, so believe it or not, I used to have a really deep Southern accent, but that got beaten out of me when I moved to New Jersey. Now my family lives in Cambridge, Massachusetts, so what parts of international relations am I most interested in? I'm really interested in American foreign policy. How America chooses to use different types of foreign policy tools, aid, immigration, trade, the use of military troops, in exercising its influence overseas. I even wrote a book on it called Sailing the Water's Edge, which, if you want, you can get on Amazon. Now, what led me to want to teach this class? One way to teach this type of class is to stand up and lecture about history and different big theories. I thought there was a way to engage students in getting an introductory knowledge of international relations, but in a fun and relevant way. People doing things, writing policy memos, acting like you're an advisor to the president, putting yourself in a simulation where you're having to negotiate things. Take all the super important issues that are in the world today and pair them with learning techniques that provide an active setting for understanding how the world works. You're going to learn how to make a more effective argument about anything, but we're going to do it in the context of international relations. You're going to get an understanding of how to digest international events rather than the soundbite version from the newspaper. You're going to be able to jump in and think much more critically, understanding who the actor is, what do they want, and how are they strategically interacting with other countries and other leaders in a way that generates international outcomes. In order to understand how our countries come together and interact with each other, it's important to have some basic building blocks. Because if we don't have those basic building blocks, it could only lead to tension and misunderstandings between countries. Why is this country trying to go after this one thing? Why is this country coming after something else? International relations is a way to analyze these things objectively and hopefully be able to identify where we have a shared understanding and shared interest that will help, frankly, bring peace and prosperity to the world. I hope you know a little bit more about me. Now, I want to welcome you to this course and ask you who you are, where you're coming from, and what you're looking forward to learning about. Welcome.